What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Bass Nose Fishing channel. Just want to say first off, thank you to all these amazing companies that have supported me my 2022 season, including where we're at today, which is Kayak Fishing Supplies and OEX. Huge shout out to Brent Ferguson and Kerry just for their support. They've literally allowed me to kind of build this dream machine for myself, and the way that Kerry has gone through this boat and kind of together, me and him have put together something really incredible, to be honest. I mean, we've spent like hours on the phone and trying to figure out dimensions and where things go, and I just cannot wait to walk you guys through this amazing kayak. Second on the list, I want to thank Motor Guide, Bonafide obviously for providing this P127. This is the P127 by Bonafide. It's their newest kayak out for 2022. If you guys are looking to buy this boat, it does come with their propel drive, the native propel drive, but me, just being a bow mount enthusiast, I decided to make a bow mount work on this boat. And one disclaimer I want to say before we start this video too, if you are planning to bow mount this boat, it's very important to put as much weight as you can in the back and balance it out. And I'd be happy to answer some questions for you guys as well. Leave a comment down below. Would love to start a big conversation about this kayak. There are a lot of crazy things on this kayak, and I know there's probably going to be some comments on you should have bought a bass boat. Yeah, I probably should have, but I didn't. So let's just get right into it, okay? So we're going to go ahead and start all the way at the front. The front, obviously, running the Motor Guide Xi3 kayak motor. It's a 55-pound thrust, 12-volt motor. It's cut down to 36 inches. It comes like that from the factory. Motor Guide has really gone all out ever since I started with them a couple years ago. They've dedicated to a complete kayak motor. This is their kayak motor. It's marketed that way, and it's just been really cool to see the innovation on that. So we took this boat out on the water today, and I'm glad I did that, because one of the kind of newer updates from the SS127, which was my previous boat, to the P127 is that it goes right around 4.6, 4.7 miles an hour, which is almost like a 0.5 upgrade, a little bit more than 0.5 upgrade as far as miles per hour goes from my SS, which is huge. You know, being able to keep up with my competition or even beat out some of my competition is definitely a huge plus on the water. So with this bow mount and the way we have it balanced, it goes about 4.6, 4.7 miles an hour, which is really incredible. Huge shout out to One Objective, the guys Josh and James over there. Really honored to be a part of their team for 22 as well, and they went ahead and sent me their bow mount plate. So Josh and James have designed an incredible bow mount plate for the P127. If you guys are running this boat, I highly suggest to put the bow mount plate on there by One Objective. There's 6 contact points, and it ran flawlessly out there today. And huge shout out to One Objective for innovating, this very quickly, along with the integrated handle in their new plates. It just came out really slick, and definitely a huge factor if you're going to go with the bow mount on your P127. So one really awesome thing that Kerry has designed here at Kayak Fish Supplies is the ability to do a stow and deploy kit from the seated position of your kayak with any Xi3 that you put on pretty much any boat. He's done new canoes, he's done old towns, he's done Hobies, and it's just been so awesome to watch him innovate and get almost honestly better and better every time he's done it. And for the P127, you guys can see a little hole right here, which really is a slick contraption that is built into the foot pedal, and just a super clean way. You can barely even notice it on the boat. And with this handle right here coming out right here in my deck space, makes it really nice and easy to just go ahead and just pull this. It drops the lever, and you can stow and deploy your motor from the seated position, which is a huge plus. Also, one thing that we've innovated here, Fish Supplies, as well, is using this Garmin Live Scope mount, shaft mount, which allows this rope to free swivel. So when you're in GPS pinpoint mode, the rope won't get tangled around, because this thing just free spins on your shaft, which is really nice, along with the handle, so you can pull your motor up and also guide it as it goes down. All right, so one thing that we've kind of learned and grown together here at Kayak Fish Supplies is that we've kind of switched over to Anderson plugs. So these are the SB50 Anderson plugs. I've used quite a few plugs in my motor guide years, using a motor guide in a kayak, and the SB50 Anderson plugs are by far the best ones that I've used, the most reliable and the tightest connection. Also, we've kind of added these booties over the last year, which keep it really water resistant and watertight. And the way that Kerry has integrated this plug right here, it wraps around. This Anderson plug is screwed to the kayak, so this is really sturdy. I'm just really happy how this came out. So the plug, you know, gets plugged in right here, and this cord just kind of just lays right in this groove, and just really clean. Couldn't be more happy with the way that he integrated this plug system. Now running to the back really quick, since we're talking about the plug, the next plug for the motor comes out here on the seat with booties on it, and it goes up into the pigtail into the 100 amp battery right here. We'll come back to the battery in a second. So obviously a really big elephant in the room is that I am running two HDS Live 7s by Lowrance. I ran one last year, I ran 1.7 last year, and this year I decided to add another one because at the end of last season, as you guys saw that follow along on the channel, I went ahead and picked up the Lowrance active target system. And you guys, the active target system, I know that there's a lot of anglers that talk about, you know, oh, he's, you know, it doesn't help you catch fish, that's kind of overkill for a kayak. But honestly, you guys, one of my biggest strengths personally as an angler is fishing offshore, and this has definitely just completed my offshore game as far as being able to see out in front of me 40, 50, 60 feet. I can see the offshore structure, I can actively target it at the same time, and in that results in catching more fish because I'm not wasting any casts like out in the middle of nowhere trying to guess where the rocks are. I'm hitting the rocks every single time with the active target. Couldn't be more happy with the way that Kerry has installed this in the bow of my P127. Just like the little things like cutting grooves right here for wiring. All the wiring is tucked into the hull, zip tied up. It's really clean inside, and we have it coming out the bow hatch right here and here. You know, the Ethernet cord, the power cord, and the sonar cord, everything's just really organized and nice. Running a 12 volt 18 amp hour Dakota lithium straight towards the active target box, which will power this unit for, you know, 9-10 hours. It's been awesome for me. I used it all last year as well, and I've never ran out of power. So really happy with this system right here. You want to put as light of items as you possibly can in the bow of your kayak, and I feel like this is just a really good spot to put the active target black box along with an 18 amp battery, and that's it. I'm not going to add any more weight up here. This is pretty much maxed out for my personal suggested bow hatch weight, I guess you could say. So now moving up into this piece right here, and this piece right here, when me and Kerry were talking about it, honestly, I really didn't realize exactly what he was trying to do. And then when it all came together, I was like, oh my gosh. So let me show you guys what he did. Obviously, the power cord and the power cord and the Ethernet cord are for my left unit. My left unit is going to be active target only and mapping. And then my right unit is going to be my traditional sonar, down scan and side scan. But check this out, guys. So Kerry innovated this bow, or this plate, for the two HDS Live 7s with the ram arms, and he integrated a, I guess you can call it like a propel drive pole that sits really nice and even inside the hole that's already there. No additional drills holes were drilled in the boat, and you can literally just lift this whole thing off the kayak. Nothing was compromised on this plate right here. If I want to go ahead and run the propel drive, there's no holes drilled on the top. There's nothing drilled. I can just slip my propel drive in and head out. I can put my active target, you know, screen right here on a ram ball. I can put another ram ball here for my other unit if I want. This is one of the most tricked out mounts that I've ever seen personally, and I couldn't think of a better spot to put this mount on this kayak. I mean, man, what an incredible innovation by Kerry Peeler here at Kayak Fishing Supplies. I am completely 100% happy with this setup. I took it out this morning, and I was sitting in the seat. It's not too far forward. You just kind of lean forward a tiny bit and you're able to see your screens. And then when you're standing up in the kayak, these all adjust how you want them to, how you want them to be. And it was easy to see while I was standing up, and I am just beyond thrilled with this. I had a couple guys ask me questions already why I went with 2 7s and not 2 9s or 1 12. I already had 1 7, so it was kind of easy for me to just add another 7. And weight wise, width wise, I feel like 112 is okay on a kayak. It's kind of like the biggest that you kind of want to go, I guess, as far as a graph. You can't put 2 12s, I don't think. But having 2 7s, now I got 14 inches of screen. So it's better than 1 9. It's better than 1 12. I got 2 7s, 14 inches of screen on my kayak, and it it works really well for me. And I'm really excited to go ahead and use that this year. All right, guys. So one thing that I was noticing as I watched a couple videos of a walkthrough of this boat before, it's a little bit difficult to maybe store a catch board. So I don't know what came of me or what happened in my brain at that moment, but I called Kerry. I said, "Hey, Kerry, what do you think about this?" And he was like, "Let's try it." So I went ahead and called my buddy Nick Langton at Catch and told him what I was thinking. So huge shout out to Catch for sending me the new Catch X board. And this is a 32-inch board. And the reason why I went with 32 inches is, as you can see, I'm never going to have to move my catch board. I tried it out today at Otai, and putting a fish on the board was super easy. Having the catch keepers right here, just, I never have to move it. So that results in not losing the catch board, not having to worry about where to store it. It stays right there the entire day. And I can even put, a catch ID holder on it as well, which I will when I'm in the tournaments. But man, I'm really stoked about this. There's probably some of you guys thinking out there, oh, the fish can easily jump off. Yeah, well, if it does, it does. And I'm gonna run with this year and pray that a 20-inch doesn't board flop me. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's really nice and simple to go ahead and store my catch board right there. Also, a huge shout out to Rogue Fishing with their Titan board leash. Mark Drury over there. I joined the Rogue team as well for 2022. Always have a leash on your important products. Catch is an important product, as well as your cell phones. Taking a picture of our fish is very important in our tournaments. So having the phone tether from Rogue definitely is kind of like a peace of mind for me while I'm out in the water. It clips easy to my PFD, and it's just a no-brainer for me. Also, I got to give a huge shout out to Stormy at Dakota Lithium. This whole entire boat is powered by Dakota Lithium. I finally got my hands on one of these Power Box 10s by Dakota Lithium, and this is something that I'm going to utilize home. I'm going to also try to utilize it when I put my Yak Attack arm and have the GoPros powered off of it. It's just good to have a little power source with you. It's nice and compact and convenient to carry. Like I said, this whole kayak is powered by Dakota Lithium, so huge shout out to Stormy there. Also, sunglasses that I'm running this year, again, are Nines. Nines Optics has supported me for like 2 or 3 years now. Over at Nines, awesome dude, great company. They're well invested in the kayak community. So if you guys are looking for a good, affordable pair of polarized sunglasses, Nines are definitely someone you want to check out. So obviously I'm running the Lowrance Active Target. So with that, you have to have a transducer mount. So I'm going with the Fishing Specialties transducer mount this year. Huge shout out to them for supporting me this year. Mount is really clean, really simple to use. Just kind of take it out of these clips. I have the one objective accessory plate right here that I'm clipping it into, and it just simply goes in the mount right there. And I'm gonna cut the shaft down, which is kind of nice. It's a customizable length. I just wanted to use it once or twice before I knew where I wanted to cut it. I can cut this down as well, but it's really simple to use and clean, easy to take out, and it just clips right back in. Accessory plate by One Objective. Again, I am running a 12-volt 100 amp hour Dakota Lithium trolling motor. This battery weighs about 31 pounds, and I can get run time for days. I'm gonna say I've ran this thing 2 whole days out on the water with my motor guide before. So I'm gonna say the runtime on this is easily 15 hours. This battery right here, you guys, is, the quality, the warranty, it's just unmatched. And Stormy at Dakota Lithium, supporting me since day one in my kayak journey. It's just been awesome to be a part of their team. along with a lot of other great anglers in the whole country. Dakota Lithium has a great team, and I'm just honored to be a part of it. And that's the battery I run. It's important to run lithium because of weight. If I were to run this at a lead acid, this battery would weigh probably 80, 90 pounds, no problem. But weighing at 30 pounds and having the runtime that I have, it's just a no-brainer when it comes to powering my motor guide and all my electronics for that matter. Speaking of my electronics, you may be thinking, where are the batteries for the electronics? Batteries are gonna be in this Pelican case. Again, being able to balance your kayak when you have a bow mount trolling motor on the front is key. You want to put as much weight as possible in the back when it comes to bow mounting a kayak. So one thing that we scratched our heads about are where we're going to put these two batteries, each individually powering each unit by itself. So we went ahead and found this Pelican case. It's a watertight Pelican case by Pelican Cases. It is an incredible case. This is really custom, you guys. I mean, Kerry did a phenomenal job with this. Both 23 amps are inserted into the foam right here. This plug, I'll show you guys in a second, goes into and powers both fish finders from these simple plugs right here. So it's plug and play, simple, done. And then I believe on this side right here is where I'm going to be charging both batteries at. And I'll never have to open this box. I mean, it's going to stay nice, sealed, tight, watertight, and very durable. And it fit perfectly in that section right there. And I'm going to go show you guys some custom work that we did in the tank well right now. Okay, so the tank well as it sits, it's pretty difficult to put a 100 amp, a black pack, and a battery case especially in this tank well. The tank well is designed to hold the black pack in inserted grooves on the kayak. So if you're not bow mounting, it works awesome with the black pack just inserted straight in the center of the tank well. Pretty cool that they teamed up with Yak Attack to do that. But what we did at Kayak Fish Supplies, and what we refused to believe that there was no room, is that we made room. So we took the black pack, we pushed it all the way to the back, and we had this amount of space to make this work. So Kerry at Kayak Fish Supplies did all the dimensions and thought about this super cool tricked out tank well customization. So the Pelican case, you can see, fits absolutely perfect in this slot right here and powers my fish finders. Now the battery, you want to have the seat as far back as possible when you're running this setup. So the battery had to have a little tricked out template plate to go ahead and push the battery. Instead of having the seat more forward and putting the battery here, Kerry came up with this really tricked out deck system. And you guys, I mean, this is custom work right here. But this is innovation. This is things that honestly keep me and Kerry going at the end of the day, is cool, tricked out, innovative stuff to make things work for whatever angler that we're trying to put in a boat. So Kerry made this little plate, so that way the 100 amp lithium sits right on this plate right here. And then the Pelican case fits smoothly right inside that slot. That's custom right there, guys. I mean, this is the kind of work that OEX and Kayak Fish Supplies does. They rarely take like I can't or no for an answer. Kerry's very innovative. Brent as well has supported, you know, all these crazy ideas, and at the end of the day, we made this thing work, and I couldn't be more happy. The black pack sits perfectly right here. I can put the bungees over the top like this, so that way it's secured. And it was a goal of mine to keep the black pack completely empty so I can carry all my tackle. And I can put a ton of weight at the far end of the kayak to make it bounce that much better. So we got 30 pounds, like 25 pounds, maybe 20 pounds. Ton of weight in the back is very important when balancing out the front of the kayak. Shout out to Cash and Fishing Rods as well, running Cash in this year. The cool thing about the black pack is, as you can see, I can carry 8 rods with me, including the P127 has 2 rod tube holders right here built into the kayak, which is really nice. Can't thank Cashin enough for supporting me this year as well. So put the Yak Attack mighty mount plate right here to go ahead and hold my flag, so that way it's in the far back end and out of the way. The new paddle clips from Bonafide comes stock with the boat. It makes it super easy to store my paddle, really clean, tight, and out of the way. Couldn't be more happy with this boat. Again, You know, it's a passion of mine. I'm an enthusiast of a bow-mounted trolling motor, so we had to make it work. It took some custom work, it took some headaches, it took some innovating, but at the end of the day, I couldn't be more happy with this boat. Also, just kind of as a disclaimer as well, and to share with you guys, I don't pedal a kayak too often. I took the propel drive out when I first got this kayak, and it pedaled extremely easy. Rudder system on this kayak with the skag in the back makes it really nice to track. It's a great pedal boat as well. So now I have an option of pedaling this kayak if I want to fish a Hobie BOS event or an event that only allows pedals, and then any other event that allows motors, I now have the ability to motorize it as well. That's why I love being a part of the Bonafide team. You know, like there's innovation constantly, you know, going on in all the team members' heads. Couldn't be more pleased with my new setup. Can't wait to run it this year. Again, huge shout out to OEX and Kayak Fish Supplies for making this boat come to life. Can't thank Kerry enough, especially for the hours that he put into this boat. If you guys are interested in picking up something like this is obviously a very heavy tournament rigged boat. You know, be sure to go ahead and reach out to Kayak Fish Supplies on Instagram. They also have a YouTube channel, and they're located in San Diego. But the cool thing about them is that they can ship the kayak anywhere in the country. So if you guys want to order one, Kerry will rig it however you would like it rigged, and they'll ship it straight to your door rigged, which makes it really awesome. Anyways, guys, can't thank you guys enough for your support. Really looking forward to the season. Can't wait to get this thing back out there and put it in the first tournament. As always, guys, keep your thumbs ripped, and I'll see you guys on the next one.